BlackRock is one of the most powerful organizations in the world, and its role in the global economy and politics is becoming increasingly evident. The investment giant is pushing for woke politics in the form of corporate social credit scores, ESG, which includes net zero. BlackRock is also responsible for manipulating financial systems and controls a significant portion of the world's wealth. At the beginning of 2022, BlackRock Incorporated had around $10 trillion of assets under management, making it the world's largest asset manager. BlackRock holds a significant number of shares in most of the world's largest companies, including Amazon, Apple, Microsoft, Google, Tesla, Coca-Cola, Moderna, Johnson & Johnson, ExxonMobil, Visa, Chevron, J.P. Morgan Chase, Walmart, and many others. The company was founded 35 years ago in 1988 by investment banker and current CEO Larry Fink as an affiliate organization of Blackstone Incorporated. Originally called Blackstone Financial Management, it grew rapidly in the first 4 years of its existence, reaching a portfolio of $17 billion by 1992. As BlackRock became a very respected company, Fink and Blackstone CEO Stephen Schwarzman decided to separate BlackRock from Blackstone and turn it into its own entity. BlackRock went public in 1999 at $14 per share, at which point the company managed assets worth $165 billion. In the early 2000s, the company expanded its business to include risk analysis and management. It acquired investment management company State Street Research and Management in 2004, merged with investment management company Merrill Lynch in 2006, and acquired the main wealth management unit of the Quellos Group in 2007, bringing BlackRock's total assets under management to over $1 trillion. While BlackRock's financial success may seem impressive up to this point, what has truly turned the company into the global financial dominator it is today was the financial crisis of 2007 and 2008. Journalist Heike Buchter, who wrote a book on BlackRock, stated in 2015, "Before the financial crisis, I didn't even know the name. But in the years following the collapse of Lehman Brothers, in 2008, BlackRock appeared everywhere. Many banks, including Lehman Brothers, as well as the United States government and the Federal Reserve, turned to Fink and BlackRock for help in resolving the complicated financial instruments that had led to the crisis and to assist with the 2008 bailouts. These institutions considered Fink an expert on the financial instruments that led to the subprime mortgage crisis because he helped create the industry of toxic mortgages. In the 1980s, when Fink was still working for the investment bank First Boston, he built his first collateralized mortgage obligation, CMO, and almost single-handedly created the subprime mortgage market that would fail so spectacularly in 2008. On August 22, 2019, Fink officially joined forces with Klaus Schwab's globalist World Economic Forum, WEF, when he became a member of the WEF Foundation Council. The same day, a meeting of central bankers, economists, and politicians began to discuss economic policy, the annual Jackson Hole Economic Symposium, where BlackRock launched its financial revolution. A week before the event, BlackRock published a document that would set the parameters for discussion at the Jackson Hole Symposium in Wyoming. After years of quantitative easing, K, and ZIRP, zero interest rate policy, and even the unthinkable NIRP, negative interest rate policy, bankers were running out of room to operate. So, the financial elites needed something new, and BlackRock provided them with an answer: going direct. To understand the concept, one must first know that the monetary system is divided into two circuits, the retail circuit and the wholesale circuit. The retail sales circuit is where bank money, or the money that regular people and businesses spend to make transactions in the economy, is spent. Then there's the reserve currency, wholesale circuit, which are the deposits that banks hold with central banks like the Federal Reserve, Fed, or the European Central Bank, ECB. BlackRock's proposal to go direct meant bypassing the divided monetary system and letting central banks directly pump money into various public and private entities. An unprecedented response is needed when monetary policy is exhausted, and fiscal policy alone is insufficient, BlackRock's August 2019 document said. This response will likely involve going direct. Going direct means the central bank finds ways to put central bank money directly into the hands of spenders in the public and private sectors. In September 2019, months before the start of the pandemic, Federal Reserve money began to be pumped directly into the retail monetary circuit. Once federal bailouts began with the first stimulus packages in March 2020, the going direct system was already in place, and the Fed could directly invest money in public and private organizations. In March 2020, similar to the 2007 to 2008 financial crisis, the Fed turned to BlackRock to manage its bailout programs. This has allowed BlackRock to access government money, i.e., taxpayers' money, and distribute it to the companies in which BlackRock had invested. And has enabled BlackRock to save one of its most important assets, iShares, the collection of exchange-traded funds, ETFs, which had assets under management of $2.23 trillion as of January 2023. In addition to the Fed, the Bank of Canada and the Swedish Central Bank have also consulted BlackRock to help manage their corporate bond purchase programs. A significant portion of the value of all stocks and bonds in the world is managed through BlackRock's central processing system for investment management. This system, called Aladdin, short for Asset, Liability, Debt and Derivative Investment Network, is not only used by BlackRock itself. BlackRock Solutions, one of BlackRock's subsidiaries, licenses Aladdin to over 150 institutions, including the world's second largest asset manager, Vanguard, and another industry giant, State Street Global Advisors. The system is also used by many of the world's largest insurance companies and big tech companies such as Alphabet, Google, Apple, and Microsoft, as well as numerous pension funds. Every day, Aladdin runs so-called Monte Carlo simulations, computer algorithms designed to model the probability of possible outcomes in systems that contain random variables, on all financial instruments under its management. In 2017, Aladdin managed assets worth $20 trillion, according to the Financial Times. BlackRock has not reported this figure since then, and it is likely much higher today. In the past, the computer system was only used to calculate risk while decisions were still made by humans. However, in 2017, Think joined the machines when BlackRock began using an automated computer system called Monarch that took control of the decision-making process for many of its resources. In short, BlackRock's Aladdin system manages assets worth more than $20 trillion. Which means that a significant portion of global wealth depends on the calculations of a single computer system. Furthermore, buying and selling decisions are increasingly made by algorithms and artificial intelligence rather than humans. Errors in algorithms, intentional or not, could therefore cause a disaster for the global economy. BlackRock also promotes central bank digital currency, CBDC, as complete digitization of payments would allow total control over all monetary exchanges and thus make the implementation of the ESG agenda even easier. In his 2022 letter to shareholders, Think extolled the benefits of CBDCs such as reducing the risk of money laundering and corruption and reducing the costs of cross-border payments. To be continued. Thanks for watching.